Today we're going to be making little pumpkins. For these little pumpkins, we will need about 6 yards of orange yarn, 1 to 1.5 yards of green yarn, a D-hook, 3 millimeters, a tapestry needle, a little bit of fluff, some scissors, and if you wanted to turn your pumpkin into a keychain, we will need the keychain, and some jewelry pliers here help quite a bit to secure the keychain. To start our pumpkin, we're going to start with our magic ring, and we make our magic ring like we're going to do a slip knot, but instead of pulling it tight, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do our 4 single crochets inside of our magic ring. Once we do our 4 single crochets, we're going to pull our tail to close the magic ring. And then we're going to increase stitch all the way around. So 2 single crochets in each of our 4, which will give us 8 single crochets at the end of our second round. For our third round, we're going to single crochet and puff stitch all the way around. So single crochet. For our puff stitch, we're going to yarn over, draw a loop through, yarn over, draw a loop through, and we're going to do that 4 times until our very last yarn over, and we're going to pull through all 9 loops on our hook. So single crochet, and then our puff stitch, which is going to be 4 yarn overs, pull a loop through. So our last one, we pull through all 9 loops on the hook. And we're going to single crochet, puff stitch 4 times around, which will bring us back to our beginning stitch. For round 4, we're going to be increasing, and we're going to do a single crochet, and then in the next one we're going to do a puff stitch, so that 4 times through, and then another puff stitch in the next stitch. And then we're going to increase by doing a single crochet in the same stitch as that last puff stitch. So puff stitch. Next stitch, puff stitch. Oops. And a single crochet in the same stitch as that second puff stitch. And we're going to do that all the way around. For round 5, we're going to do a single crochet and then 2 puff stitches on top of the last round puff stitches. And we're going to repeat that all the way around. So single crochet in the last row, single crochet, and a puff stitch in each of the puff stitches from the previous row. At the end of our row 5, we can add a little bit of our stuffing. And for our round 6, we're going to be decreasing. So we're going to do a single crochet, and then we're going to decrease our puff stitches together with another puff stitch. So a single crochet in our single crochet. And then we're working between these two here, and we're just drawing our puff stitches together with another puff stitch. So single crochet and puff stitch two together all the way around. At the end of our round 6, if you still need a little bit of stuffing in your pumpkin, you want to finish stuffing the pumpkin. And for our round 7, we're going to do decreased stitches all the way around. So we're going to single crochet two together. And we will end up with 4 single crochets at the end of our round. And when we reach the end of round 7, we're going to switch our color to our stem color. So for our last part, which is more of a row than it is a round, we're going to color change to green. And we're going to slip stitch the last single crochet and the second single crochet of round 7 together. So just going to pull a loop through, and then we're going to chain 5. And in the second back bump, so the front of our chain and on the back we have our back bumps, and we're going to be working into those. We're going to slip stitch into that, and then we're going to single crochet in the next 2. And then we're going to skip our last one, and we're just going to single crochet or slip stitch through our first stitch, and then we're going to cut and tie off our green. So we can take it, we can tie our green, and then we're just gonna weave in our ends for the green. We're also gonna make sure we have a long tail of the orange so we can make our ridges more pronounced. So after weaving in the ends of our green, we're gonna take our tapestry needle and we're gonna go down through the center of the top, come out the center of the bottom, and pull that tight. And then we're gonna go through the center top to the center bottom again, and this time we're gonna make sure that our string falls on our single crochet row, and we're gonna pull that firm. And then we're going to do that all the way around, so 3 more times, making sure the tail of our orange falls on our single crochet rows. On our last one that we pull firm, we can then tie off our orange on the bottom. And we can weave in our ends. So then we have a little pumpkin. If you wanted to apply the pumpkin to another project, such as the gnome, you can do that. Or if you wanted to turn it into a keychain, we can take our keychain, and we have our first little ring, and we're going to weave that through a few of our stitches here so it's secure. add our keychain, and with our jewelry pliers, we can close our ring. And then we have a little pumpkin keychain. Options for the pumpkin. If you didn't want to do the single crochet for the stem, you could just do slip stitches, which gives the stem just a smaller look. If you wanted a teeny tiny pumpkin, you could cut out a couple rows and just do the first 3 rows and then the last 3 rows for a tiny, tiny pumpkin.